The U.S. House finds itself in an unprecedented situation. It won't have a leader for at least a week after Kevin McCarthy became the first ever House Speaker to be booted from the job by rebellious Republicans. What's next for the country? And how might the rebellion impact the grand old party? Until a new speaker is installed, it's unlikely Congress will take action on bills to fund the government. That legislative halt comes as another government shutdown deadline looms on November 18th. But with Republicans needing a week to choose a new speaker, it would stall talks on government funding. Hard-right conservatives like House Representative Matt Gaetz, who called for McCarthy's ouster, were angry over the then-speaker's failure to win extremely deep spending cuts in those funding bills. But if the eventual goal in removing McCarthy is to shut down the U.S. government, Princeton University professor Sean Wilentz says that tactic could backfire on the GOP, as it did only a few decades ago with Newt Gingrich.
If this is a prelude to shutdown, historically, shutdowns have not been very productive for the party that shuts down the Congress. I mean, this happened in the 90s, which is really the beginning of this history in some ways with Gingrich. And, the Republicans unleashed Gingrich thinking that he would do a good job against the Democrats. And then he decided to take the whole country down with him with two shutdowns that basically reelected Bill Clinton in 1996. So if you're going back on that precedent, if I was a Democrat, I'd say go ahead. The only problem is that we have to live with the effects of a government shutdown, which are not, which are very, very dire. And you don't want that to happen. You don't want to be the party that benefits from that, because everybody's going through a disaster. Much worse now even than in the 90s.
For now, the House has selected an acting speaker, Republican Patrick McHenry, a McCarthy ally, but he really only has one task: to find a new speaker. Anything more than that, and it would spark another rebellion from the hard right. A date for the next speaker election is set whenever leaders of both parties decide they're ready to enter the process of electing a speaker. Normally, the elections for speaker are scheduled at the start of the new Congress every 2 years. Multiple Republicans said they plan to meet on October 10th to discuss possible McCarthy successors, with a vote on a new speaker planned for October 11th. The deep divisions in the GOP were on display in January, as McCarthy for days could not get enough votes to win the speaker position and had to endure 15 ballots. Things could be as chaotic this time around for the Republicans, unless they unite after concluding the chaos has sparked public backlash and dimmed their election prospects in 2024.